We're going a little bit further. We're going from collaboration to data analysis, and we're having fresh data here. Our next speaker is from Skyscanner, and we have fresh figures from Skyscanner's latest Horizon report. What influences traveler when choosing a destination? We're looking forward to fresh figures and ideas. Welcome to Zeynep Mutlu Bigalı, the head of destination partnerships at Skyscanner. Zeynep, stage is yours. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here today. It's the last day of ITB. It's right now 3:25, so thanks again for making it out here. I'm really excited to be here today. We had this last year as well when we launched our Horizons report. We're launching it again today with fresh data that I'll be speaking about. And today, what we're focusing on travel research and what influences travelers when choosing a destination. So before I head on, I just wanted to share what I'm going to be talking about today. We're going to start off with Skyscanner, who we are and what we do, then go into the 2025 traveler, the booking windows, the travel demand outlook, and the considerations when choosing a destination from our travelers. What have they said to us this year in terms of how they will be choosing their next trip of a lifetime for 2025? And then we're going to go into the most popular and trending destinations. I'm going to be sharing this data in two different pieces. One is around year-on-year increases in destination choice, and then the other one is around the volume of search that we're seeing from different markets as well. And this is going to be focused on our European travelers as well as our Middle Eastern and North African travelers too. And lastly, I'm very excited to share with you a case study with our destination marketing partner, Georgia Travel. It's a campaign that we conducted with them last year, and it's highlighting off-peak travel. So how do we combat the off-shoulder sort of season travel with them and make sure that they have the travelers coming in those seasons that they want to. So just going through who we are at Skyscanner. So we're a world-leading travel marketplace, and we have hotels, car hire, and flights on our platform. Over 1,200 partners are connected to our platform so that we can serve our travelers in the best way possible so that they can find their next trip of a lifetime with ease and confidence. We have the world's largest air traffic audience, and that equates to 110 million unique monthly visitors that come to our website to search, find the best options for their flights, hotels, and car hire, but also start reading more about the destinations that they want to go to and become informed in terms of their planning for their next trip. And with the audience, the vast audience that we have 80 billion prices searched every day. That means that we are surfacing the best prices possible in our travel marketplace. And within that, we are creating 30 billion itineraries every day as well through our data connections with our partners. And this then equates to the 18 million unique routes supported through all of our airline connections that we have. And now I'm going to move into what is interesting about our audience. And this is a very interesting factor that we love sharing time and time again. So just cast your eyes back to the 110 million unique monthly visitors that I was speaking about. And through our data, what we know is that just over half of those users, 51% of them, have not actually chosen where they want to go yet in their next trip. So we know this through our research of the data pieces we gather for those users who are making an everywhere search on Skyscanner. So you might be familiar with the everywhere search that we have. You can pick your origin market and origin city and simply search for everywhere globally to find the best prices of different cities and different countries in one time. And with this data point, we know that they don't have a fixed destination, but they also don't have a fixed date in mind. So for destination marketing organizations, this is a really, really important point, because this is when we can start targeting users when they're at that upper funnel stage, when they don't know where they want to go and they're open to inspiration. So in terms of our Horizons report for this year, I'm very excited to share with you the data pieces there. So our Horizons report started just after COVID, and we realized how important it is to share this data time and time again. It grew in popularity. The report itself is conducted via a survey of 19,000 travelers that we have in global markets. We ask them a set of questions every year and gather more data on our users to then be able to serve our travelers in the best way possible. So just to start off with, in terms of some good news, we know that 80% of the users that we asked this question to have said to us that they're planning to take more or the same number of trips in 2025 versus 2024. So again, very positive news coming out of our user research data there. And 70% of those users have also said that they're planning to spend more or the same on flights in 2025 versus 2024 too. So flight cost is a huge factor when it comes to destination choice. So we know how important it is to be able to understand whether this is affecting our travelers in any way. But these are all very positive news in terms of getting new travelers into your destinations as well. Now, looking a little bit more into the booking windows and the global booking windows that we have, here we're looking at 2023 versus 2024 with a percentage share of redirects for booking window segments. So those users on Skyscanner who are coming and searching for flights, and they're finding the flight and the price option that they like, and they're clicking out to our online travel agencies or airlines to then book those flights as well. So what we're seeing is that our booking windows worldwide have stabilized. So we're back to the normal sort of booking seasons when we're looking at it from a global perspective. And we know that APAC has seen a full recovery in 2024, with this growth expected to continue in 2025 as well. And looking at the spring travel outlook here, and the year-on-year growth that we're looking for Easter, here we're looking at the March and April 2025 bookings. And the spring travel outlook is strong, and demand is continuing to increase as well. And the Easter shift from the end of March in 2024 is moving into April, which is really interesting when we're looking at when to plan any marketing campaigns to be able to get more travelers into your destinations too. And the growth in March is 29% year-on-year for domestic travel and 17% for international. And when we look at April, when April falls, there is a 60% growth in domestic year-on-year and 62% for the international traffic as well. So for any of the destinations that's planning more sort of campaigns, more messaging to travelers, it's really important to understand when do we want to send the right message to our audience. So the right message at the right time is how we want to conduct all of our campaigns with our partners. And looking ahead in terms of the traveler behaviors and trends of 2025, the main thing that we want to highlight here is the rise of experience and conscious-led travel when it comes to travel decision-making. We're now talking about the heart of the traveler. What do they really want to do? What do they want to experience when they are in destination as well? And we delved deeper into the survey data to find the types of trips that travelers are looking for, are wanting to take, and what they want to do when they are in destination as well. So in terms of how they would change the way that they travel in the future, 26% of those surveyed have told us that they would consider less touristy destinations. And this is really important in terms of understanding what the off-the-beaten-track destinations are, how the off-the-beaten-track destinations are marketed in a different way as well. And another 26% of travelers also said that they would like to make a positive impact when they're traveling and when they're in that destination as well. And again, a very interesting point here in terms of content. We need to think about, do we have enough content to explain what that positive impact might be for the travelers that we have incoming from different origin markets as well. And looking at the top considerations when choosing less known destinations, 50% of our travelers surveyed told us that safety is a concern that they've identified when they're choosing their next destination. This is an area that we work with destinations in terms of explaining and making content around this so that we allay any fears that travelers might have when choosing their next destination. The second one, around 32% of our travelers identifying that it is hard to understand where to go in terms of when they're choosing lesser known destinations as well. So within that, again, do we have that content in place to make sure that our travelers know how to get to those lesser known destinations when they're in market? And lastly, 30% of our travelers don't have enough confidence that there will be enough to do when they get to the destination. So activities, events, things to do come into place here. Do we create enough itineraries for our travelers to understand that there is actually enough to do in the lesser known destinations, and that trip of a lifetime will be a great one when they come back and they can talk to their friends and family about their experience as well. And in terms of collective experiences that we were talking about just before, looking at these collective experiences in our Horizons report and travel trends, this year Skyscanner has come up with these 7 trends that is looking at different audience segments that we have and how they are wanting to travel to different destinations and what they want to do when they get there. So this spans from all the way from sports mode to astro adventurers to reset jetters, all the way to gamification. So the sports mode one is travelers who are going to destinations to watch the next football match or watch the next F1 race as well, all the way to gamification, which is around those travelers who would like to go to these events around video games that they're playing and take part in those kinds of events too. So within that, I'd like to deep dive a little bit more into the sports modes because this has been a really hot topic last year as well for us through the data that we've seen in terms of the behavioral elements that our travelers have done on Skyscanner. So firstly, 49% of our travelers globally are planning to see a sporting event in 2025. And in 2024, we saw this with the Champions League as well. So our last point there, 110% week-on-week increase in flight searches to Munich to attend the UEFA Champions League final last year. And there was a lot of buzz around this. There was a lot of buzz around the whole event itself. And a lot of destinations were able to take part in this and take advantage of the buzz around this sporting event too. So something to think about also for 2025, what is happening from a sporting perspective, and then how can your brand or your destination take part in this? And in terms of the generational difference that we're seeing here, 71% of Gen Z travelers are planning on traveling to a sporting event this year. So audience segmentation is something that we do really well at Skyscanner, looking at different motivations and different audience segments based on their past search behavior as well. So segmenting these based on the destinations that our travelers are going to is something to have in mind when curating new campaigns. And now, of course, I'm going to talk about AI. I don't think it would be a presentation if I didn't touch on it. So just starting off with this, we know that our travelers are wanting to use more AI, and this has been a part of the survey this year as well. And we've asked our travelers about using AI and feeling confident about it, and 47% of them have told us that they are feeling confident using AI to help them plan and book travel. And again, from a generational perspective, those aged 25 to 34, 92%, so a very high percentage, feel very confident using AI. So again, thinking about the different audience segments from an age perspective here. And when it comes to research, asking questions around destinations, asking questions about your next travel, 35% have said that they will be using AI to research, asking natural language questions to different AI segments there, and AI platforms is a really important one. And lastly, 32% are wanting to use this to compare flights or hotel options as well. So where does that leave Skyscanner? What do we do in this space? We want to be in this space, and we want to be able to serve our travelers in the best way possible. And to do that, we have our Sevi search in-app as a feature of AI, where our users can come in and ask questions to our AI tool to help them plan and book their next trip of a lifetime too. So this is now available across our app, and we're very happy to see the engagement in the app with our tool, and we're getting the feedback around how our users are experiencing AI and making sure that we're using this feedback to better our product in this way as well. Now, I think this is the part everybody is waiting for, so I'll just start off with our most popular and trending destinations according to our data. So I'm going to be talking about it in two different ways. The year-on-year increase in terms of a percentage, and also in terms of volume of searches that we're seeing from European travelers and MENA travelers as well. We're particularly looking at January 2025 searches here. And we're looking at travel in June, July, and August of 2025. So how our users are looking for forward-looking travel planning from a European and MENA perspective. So first off, this data, again, is based on the January for traveling in the summer. And this particular one is based on the year-on-year increase that we're seeing. From a percentage number as well, and the volume of the destinations that we have there. So looking at this, our European travelers are very much wanting to go to Greece and the Greek islands, as you can see. They're taking the top 4 spots here. And then we've got a long haul in Sydney, then Ibiza and Orlando. So again, a mixture of different places here that we can see. And again, from an average trip length, it's very important for us to understand the year-on-year differences here as well. So looking at Zante and Mykonos, we're looking at around a 7-day, 1-week trip. And when we're looking at the long haul, again, this is very natural to see that we have a longer trip duration at around 1 to 2 weeks here. But when we look at the MENA travelers from the same way, so top destinations by volume for MENA, we're seeing that, again, we've got Greece in terms of the top 2 destinations here. We've got Burgas, and then again, another 2 Greek islands that make the list as well. And from an average trip length perspective, again, the 1 week for our MENA travelers going to Greece, and more sort of short haul kind of flights. And then longer haul, we're seeing the 2 week plus average trip length as well. However, when we're looking at this from a year-on-year growth, things change a little bit. So this is a percentage difference from last year, and looking at from January searching for summer travel as well. And European travelers are mixing classics with some hidden gems there. So we've got Koror, Murcia, Vienna. We've got Paris that comes up. So a couple of classics that you see in there. And in terms of the percentage year-on-year growth, we're really looking at some of the differences that are happening. The fact that Koror, Murcia, and Vienna are coming up is really great. Again, the hidden gems perspective really play a huge role here. And from a MENA traveler's perspective, we're looking at Greek islands again, and a couple of long-haul escapes. And this is the year-on-year growth that we're looking at from a percentage perspective. So these are up-and-coming destinations that are taking center stage for the summer travel. And it's really important that we're looking at the booking window, which I shared earlier, and then looking at what are our users searching for in the future, in the summer and beyond as well. Now, lastly, it's really important that I share this with everyone here today. We're very, very excited about this partnership that we had with Georgia Travel last year. And this is a case study that we published with them. We had an opportunity to work with them on shoulder season travel, which was a brief that they gave to us. And the idea was to increase the awareness and increase the inspiration for their destination as well. So we looked at how we can do this through thematic, different sort of content pieces on and off the site, reaching a vast majority of the audiences that we have in Germany, Poland, and the UAE. So in terms of a solution, what we came up with was a multi-platform content solution leveraging themed itineraries, attention-grabbing images, creation of videos that we did for them as well, and we targeted travelers on and off Skyscanner using our machine learning capabilities and audience segments as well. And this is really important for us because we want to optimize the different content pieces that we create for our partners, and we want to make sure that we're making an efficient campaign for them as well. And that behavior data is then stored, and we can retarget those users with other things to do in Destination 2. And some of the results are on screen here in terms of ROAS, the travelers reached, total impressions that we received for the campaign, over 26 million. But the one that I want to take your attention to is the TikTok views, which is over 10 million. And why is that important? It was a pioneering partnership that we did with Georgia Travel on TikTok, and especially in our UAE markets, we surpassed all of the benchmarks in terms of not just views, but total engagement from the travelers that we had there. So in terms of key takeaways, what did we talk about? So firstly, a couple of percentage points that I shared around the positive outlook for travel. The demand for travel still remains robust, so that is really positive for all of us. Global booking windows have stabilized, so in terms of planning campaigns, planning communication with different audiences, we can do this through our data because everything is now normalized. Experience-led travel is on the rise, so again, talking to the heart of the traveler, what do they want to do in destination is super important. Travelers are considering less touristy destinations, so off the beaten track. I mentioned what are our travelers saying about off the beaten track destinations. They want to understand what to do there. They want to understand the safety there. So what can we do around this in terms of content? And lastly, opportunities for destinations to use unique content to promote destinations off-season. Our Georgia Travel example is one example where we leveraged our on-site and off-site capabilities. We have different ways of doing this from a off-shoulder sort of season perspective, but also making sure that we talk about the less touristy destinations at the same time as well. And that's me. So I'm Zeynep. I'm the head of destination partnerships for Skyscanner. It was a pleasure to be here today with you. Here's the QR code for our Horizons report. And if you'd like to reach out to find out more about your destination or any questions around the data that I shared, I'd be more than happy to talk further after this as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zeynep. It was a bunch of questions, so I think you stay in the room if there are any questions more. Probably no QR code needed today. Let's take the direct connection. Thank you so much.